Welcome back to another episode of my trading card series, predominantly with cards bought from eBay, as right now with the Pokemon side of things it's very hard to get my hands on the English versions of booster boxes and such, and with Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just collecting them for nostalgia reasons and I wouldn't even know where to begin series wise. I don't even know what the most recent series is or where we're up to. As you can see from the background here, we are currently doing Yu-Gi-Oh! In this episode. Once again, bought off eBay. I believe they're going to be all Holos like the previous Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode was. I can't quite remember exactly what I bought, but I am pretty sure they're all Holos. Has to be from a different vendor, as the vendor I normally go to on eBay is sold out. So they have arrived a little differently. They're not in cellophane wrapping. Similar kind of packaging in terms of what they actually arrived in the post. However, what I do not like, or do not appreciate, should I say, is the fact that they come without any kind of packaging on the cards themselves whilst they're being in the envelope, and they've just basically held together with a couple of rubber bands, which, as you can see, has kind of created a bit of a curve in the pack itself, similar with this one. And then this card here has got a bit of damage, but that's fine. They're not really there to be, PSA 10s or ideal. They are there for my own amusement and my own fixation on collecting cards. So let's get started. So first up, we've got a first edition Holo Cornfield Kotal, followed by Diabalantis, the Menacing Mantis. See, it's easy to forget that obviously Pokemon kind of got lazy with their naming of cards and creatures that come out, and I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of went in the opposite direction. I think they just became a little too complicated, a little bit too long-winded. Like they always were. Don't get me wrong. Like you can see in the back on this background here that I've got here, there's a card called Firestorm Prominence, which is just, for a children's game, it's a bit long-winded. Blue Eyes White Dragon's a bit long-winded. Sly for the Sky Dragon, them kind of things. And then obviously you've got Diabalantis, the Menacing Mantis. Oh, it's still a cool card. Anyway, I digress. Mindless Elephant. That grass looks greener. A Necros Kaleidoscope. Ally of Justice Catastar. Salaman Great Circle. Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell. So these seem to be a lot of spell and trap cards here. Maldoc Salon. Mega Phantom Beast and Draco Sack. See what I mean? Like the names just kind of become a bit long-winded. It's very loud in my ear. Give me 1 second. Yes, so the names are just a little bit long-winded for my liking, whereas I think Pokemon just became a bit too simple. Oh, what's this? It's an egg. Okay, let's just call it egg. Nemesis Flag. An old school limited edition Dark Magician. This used to be the Dark Magician that was in my deck. Sorry. So normally what I do is I sleeve them after the episode ends. However, because this used to be one of my favorite cards in my deck when I was about 15, I'm just going to pop that in a sleeve now. As a beautiful Dark Magician. I love that card. I loved having him in my deck. Never really used him because it was strange because I'd build a deck based around a certain move set, but yet there was always certain cards that I would have in my deck regardless that posed actual no benefit. So Dark Magician was one of them. He posed literally no benefit in my deck whatsoever when I was younger. Combat Whale there, but yet I still decided to keep Dark Magician in there because I just loved that card. I love the art style. Similar with the Blue Eyes as well, the limited edition Blue Eyes. Duelist Genesis. Pearly Beauty, Melfi Hide and Seek, Manadium, Manadium Imaging, Manadium Fearless, Magically Deity, Merry Melfies, Embrace the Tistina, Echelon of the Fire Kings, Evishiki Nirmanas. And last but not least in this first pile is Exorcista Carpe Diem. So, in the last Yu-Gi-Oh, we'd already pulled a few secret and ultra rares, and in this one, it doesn't appear to be any as of yet. So there's still hope. However, I can't remember if the listing said there was going to be secret and ultra rares in here. I think it did. Something I'm going to have to check after the episode. Especially if we don't get any. But yeah, I'm not a fan that they've curled a bit. Yeah, expendable die. Earthbound Servant Geo Griffin. Dynamorphia Reversion. Doll Happiness. Doll Monster Bear. Okay. And I assume that joins up with you. When this card is activated, add one Grandpa Demetor or Box of Friends from your deck to your hand while you control Princess Cologne. The opponent's monsters cannot target monsters with 0 attack or defense for attacks. Once per turn, you can destroy one monster in your hand or field, and if you do, send one doll monster card from your deck to the graveyard. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except XYZ monsters. You can only activate Doll Happiness once per turn. So that clearly links up with you. Oh, okay, so it seems as though there might be actually a few here. Doll Monster Mismatching. Morpheus the Dream Mirror White Knight. Mimighoul Fairy. Metalzoa X. I do really like these spellcaster cards. I like the gradient and the change of colour. Magnet Induction. Libromancer Realized. Libromancer Bonded. The Virtue Dragon. Legendary Fire King Ponix. Keith Merc of the Gotti. Infernable Knight Ricardetto. Ice Jade Azurine. Hero of the Ashen City. Heroic Champion Clave Solish. Heavy Interlock. Yeah, so it doesn't seem to be that there's any secret rares in this, so I'm gonna have to go back, just double check the listing, see if any was promised. At least I've seen no secret rares that I recognize. So normally I haven't got any at hand. But normally to me secret rares are, hold on, bear with me. So to me, secret rares kind of have this sort of finish to it. Now, I could be wrong. They may have changed that over the years. That's how it used to be. That was a secret rare. This one might have been an old secret rare because it's got a gold border. But yeah, there seems to be none in this pile, so I'm gonna have to go back, check the listing, see what the description says, and just make sure that I'm not talking absolute waffle, as I sometimes do in areas that I'm not 100% certain on. However, that is me done with this episode. That is another pack opening from eBay, all Holos, this time in Yu-Gi-Oh! And until next time, have a good one.